Hi guys, today I want to talk about startups. Initially, I thought you might have an idea. Having idea is a great. Then that's the most crucial. That's what was my presumption, and I had multiple ideas. I was pitching to Y Combinator, Unshackled, uh, On Deck, many of these startup accelerator, right? And mine I was in US, so the cost of living is very high here, and we are I'm pitching ideas for this. And whenever you are pitching idea, it takes a lot of time. It is very time consuming, and like that was the more time consuming task. Instead, I attended a master class from billion-dollar company, like company founders who have started and exited billion-dollar. So some of them I want to share here. Like what they talk about is minimum lovable product, right? You might have an idea before even working with an starting to work with an idea. You have to see uh, ho- why I should not start this. Like you might have 100 reasons to say why I want to start, but you want to answer these few questions wherein like why I don't want to start, what will be the drawback, or what those kind of things, right? And then once you have answered that like why you don't want to start, and you see there is a good market fit and you have the knowledge to build on that product, so you have to start building that product, not pitching ideas to these accelerators. Just start building it, prototype it very small scale, build it, and run some user testing means you just launch it and run some Facebook ads, some Google ads, some like based on what your domain is. Example, if you are running a e-commerce store, maybe you want to run Instagram ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, all that, right? And see whether people really like it. Like once you start building products and releasing them to the market, then you start realizing how painful the whole exercise is, because initially you are more concerned about like whether my idea is great, my startup is great or not. But once you start building and launching it, then you realize, hey, I have built my website, or I have my products here, but nobody is coming to my site. So how do I get my customers to my website? So you have to learn about running advertisement. Then once you start learning about that, then you like how much I can spend on ads, right? Like then you'll think, okay, I should learn about SEO. Then once you start learning about SEO, like what keywords I should be looking to, and then after doing all this, then you'll realize, okay, whether you have a good product, right? Like even before you have a product, you can run ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, to see the demand. Like the expectation of these ads is to see whether the people click on these ads, right? So people do this, like companies before even launching products, they do these ads and see if there is a market for that, right? If there is a market, they will see multiple clicks, then they will if the people click, then they will bring them to their landing page and say, hey, sign up for our pre-order list, or some kind of things they will do, right? So similarly you can also try those before working on the product, to see if there is a demand. This is after you find out whether there is a good market, why I should not do it, what I am losing, all that. You do that mind mapping or thesis. Like people take 1 month, some take two, some take three, based on the project. And then once you have that, maybe you want to run some ads to see if there is a demand for that. If you find there is demand, then you start building the product. Once you start building the product, even then don't worry about reaching out to any accelerators or any VCs, right? Only concern should be to build this product and release it, or ship it. That's what they call. You just ship it and see if there is demand. Once there is demand, people are using it, like people are coming to your website and buying your e-commerce products, or if it's a SaaS, like SaaS company, then people are using your software and it's solving problems. Then once once people start coming to your website, then the equation changes. Then it's not about whether people like it or not. Like once people start coming to your website and start downloading or buying your product, then they might come up with like issues, or they might say, hey, this feature is not working, how do I solve this, how do I solve that, those kind of problems. Until you get like 10 based on the product value, right? If it's like $10 item, maybe until you get like hundreds of purchasers, or more than 100, you don't even go pitching your idea. Just concentrate on reaching your customers. Or if it is a high value product, then you might want to see like whether there are multiple $1 million customers like coming in, trying it, like all those sorts of things. Once there is a user base, people are willing to try your product and giving you feedback. And to do all this whatever I told until now, like you might not run more than like $2-3 thousand if you are in US. If you are in other country, it depends, right? Like running a small budget ad like $5 a day or $1 a day on Facebook, this doesn't cost you much. The most important or costly thing is your time, right? And you don't want to spend your time on some products or ideas or pitching your concept. Instead, you want to minimize your losses. Like losing time is the most crucial, right? So just spend some money, see if your idea has potential, whether people are willing to use it. Then if there is a demand, then you start building it. One thing to build is you can build your website or your app yourself, or just hire somebody to build it for you. Because even after having a website or a app, there is lot of things to take care. Like you have to do marketing, you have to get customers. So maybe if you're not technical, just hire somebody to build it for you. Just see from your referrals, or see who can get your things, right? And price it in a way that not to pay everything upfront. You structure it like, at this deliverable will pay this much, right? If you plan it well and you hire somebody to build the website or app for you, and then once the app is done, then do the marketing and reaching out to more potential customers, selling. Sales is the most important skill of any founder. Like if you are not good at sales, no one else will be as good as you, because you know what problem you're solving. And if you're not able to explain it to the customers or your audience, then nobody else will be able to do it. Like you might hire a sales representative, he will again ask you, hey, what are we building it, what, how does it solve people's problem, right? So sales is very important. So the first initial 10 or 15 sales, just founder does it, because he has thought this problem before, and he know who the ideal customers are. So sales is very important. Once you start getting some initial sales, and people start using, then they will report problems. You get that either solved by yourself or solve it through your tech development team. And solving then after you have a confidence, like this might take like 6 months or so, or three, if you are part time. If you are full time, maybe a 2 month or 3 month you see. And then you feel like, okay, you spent like $5,000 or so, or like 10,000 just to do this initial product beta launch. Then there are enough customers, then you think there is enough money needed for this, like millions of dollars, to solve customer problems, like whatever request they are asking. To fix it, you need lot of money. That's when you might want to consider going for VC. If you have your own funding, like you have money, then it's better just to do it yourself, because even VCs, they want to see what is the upside. If it's like they are putting $100 and the return is 10%, they are not interested in that. Whenever any VC, right, if they are putting $1 million in you, their expectation is it gets like 50x returns, 100x returns. So they won't put money to any crazy ideas, like unless they feel it has a 50x outcome. Like when I say 50x, like for 1 million, they are expecting like 50 million return or a 100 million return, 100x return. That's what they are looking for. It doesn't mean that all the projects they're investing will get them that 100x return, but their expectation is that like any ideas they select, they will all have that wow factor. Or the either the founder is extraordinary or the idea is very novel, something they are looking for. That trend, like it should become a 100 million, like 10x company, then only they will invest. Even after they invest, out of these say 100 companies, only one or two will become 100x. But if they invested in 100 companies, all anticipating they will be 100x, and only one gets them 100x return, that's the outcome they are looking for. They are not looking to get like they are not expecting all the startups they are investing will succeed. Even 1 or 10% of them succeed, it's a huge return for them. So if your idea is not so good, like it's not solving the customer problems, and you are trying to pitch, then you are just spending your time uh, pitching, preparing, and these pitches is, it takes time, right? Especially they want you a slide deck, they want a video, and then they will have multiple rounds of interview. Then I got caught up in this, and uh, now after I tried multiple startup ideas and pitched to multiple companies, then I'm like they weren't selecting. I was like, why? Then I attended a master class where I was telling, right, this MVP, minimum liable product, and all that concepts. Somebody explained it to me so well, and they educated like what they are looking for, right? Like they are looking for that aha moment, like that extraordinary ideas, or extraordinary individuals. They are like they even if they like your idea, company like VCs, even if they like the idea, then their next question is, can this founder build it? So if you built the MVP and launched it, then you are solving that question for them, like, hey, I built, this is not just idea, I built the product, I launched it, I have customers. So you don't have to think whether I can execute on this, right? So I am capable of doing that, you don't have to worry about it. So you are giving them that confidence. So that's the reason. Don't spend time pitching ideas, just work on getting it out to the market, release it, launch, get customers, and repeat, make it better. So yeah, like I spent like from November, December, I spent not November, October, I guess. So I was pitching ideas. For YC, I pitched one. For another one, I pitched, and it took like April. They gave a result, and I was hoping they might select because the idea was very novel. But because they're like, how far you are into the project? I'm like, not yet ready, right? Or not yet started. But I was working on tech stack. They don't care about that. What they care about is whether it's uh, work in progress, is it built or not, right? So then I'm like, oh my god, I spent so much time, and whatever amount they would have invested in my company, I had already spent on our living expenses for 6 7 months. So don't do that mistake yourself and don't get caught up. And some might be very well aware of this. I wasn't because I hadn't launched any startup, and this was a very cherished dream. So it was not for somebody who already knows this concept. This is for someone who is in working in a company and want to start something, and they think getting accelerator will help. No, they won't help. And in this masterclass I came across a couple of mentors who put money in like multiple companies, and they did not go anywhere like after 2 3 years 4 years, right? So even these accelerators, mentors, they are just enablers. They don't have like superpowers, like just because I am a YC company I'll be $1 billion. No, just because I'm funded by these VCs I will get $1 million $1 billion exit. No, what they bring to the table is just know how, like how do you go when. But if you don't hit that problem, whatever knowledge base they have, it's useless for you. So so accelerators, just because you are part of that accelerator, you won't create a extraordinary company. You should have a, you, the problem might be so simple, right? Like just think of WhatsApp, Instagram, so simple problem. It's okay, but unless you start getting customers and they are using, then it's a good problem to have. But instead, if you are like concerned more about getting investors and thinking if they invest and they are bringing the no customers, then that's the wrong way. Because this company I was telling, right, like the that startup, they brought some initial customers, then they got into this accelerator, and afterwards they lost that momentum. Although the accelerator brought them connections or introduced to the customers, but that doesn't help, because if their product is not solving that customers problems, even those introduction won't help. So don't get caught up, and just try working on the ideas, however small it might be. Maybe in stealth mode, launch it, don't tell to your friends, just launch it, and run some ads, see if there is demand, and then go from there. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you. Bye for now.